Major attacks often spur change.
KXAN investigator Kevin Schwaller spoke to a former counterterrorism agent about what he believes is happening in Washington after the Waco shooting.
The investigation has been ongoing and will continue, if not for weeks, for months.
As police say they're noticing fewer armed bikers and threats are toning down in Waco, the reaction in Washington might just be heating up.
And I would be asking the question, if I was back in Washington, as to whether or not we had intelligence gaps on these organizations.
We spoke to Fred Burton with global intelligence firm Stratfor. He points out law enforcement knew something about what was happening here because police prepared. Waco PD said officers and state troopers were in the area at the time of the shooting.
And thank goodness it doesn't appear that any innocent people were shot or injured in this encounter.
But Burton says after violence there is often a response. The reaction will likely be aimed at the streets, and Burton called it a worst nightmare for biker gangs.
And I don't think that the biker gangs realize that in many ways this kind of event has woken a sleeping giant in Washington, and as a result of that you'll have a tremendous amount of national focus on these organizations now.
He says that will likely extend to pressure from the Department of Justice, Homeland Security, FBI, and ATF. Kevin Schwaller, KXAN News.
Burton says law enforcement will have to consider what happened and information they have with upcoming events like the Republic of Texas biker rally.
Leaders with the Banditos insist they are not a criminal organization. Last night on our 10 o'clock news, one member told KXAN investigator Brian Collister there is no order to kill anyone in uniform.
How long do you think the Banditos motorcycle organization would last if we went out shooting at cops? President Obama himself would send out the Air Force, the Army, the Marine Corps, and everybody and take us out. There's no way. We respect the police for doing their job.
You can see this full interview online right now. Just head to this story at kxan.com.